Oh, what's up, Gigi? Alright, I'm trying to find one thing really quick before we get started, and then we'll go. So just give me 1 second. Like I said, guys, just give me 1 quick second. I'm just trying to find it's for the review. You don't like Colgan? Looks pretty cool from the outside. You finally saw one of my lives. I'm sorry you don't like your teacher. I am trying to become an admin, so maybe one day. Maybe I could be your assistant principal or something. Where is this paper? I know I had it. Oh, this is annoying. Oh, shoot. Alright. Yikes. Ah, man, DM. Man. Thanks. Come to Colgan who are rich and snobby. Rich and snobby is not the biggest problem. You can just tune them out. Alright, I'm gonna get the review going. Everybody should be here by now. Some heavy breathing here. I don't know what you're talking about, but anyways, coming from the guy who couldn't win the review game today, just saying. Anyways, so we're gonna start off with 7A, and this is the one where you should have that chart for. And essentially, it's gonna come down to the fact that they do the same jobs. I'll bring up the chart here in a minute. I did not just wake up, but I did just finish eating dinner. So I'll probably come back to this one in a second, and I'll get the chart up there because I know I have that at least saved. You got to know that they're both bicameral. I'll just come to that one. When we get to federalism, you got to know what each branch does. So here's a quick little version right here in the top right corner. Federal, their job is worry about the big picture stuff for the whole country. Declaring war, dealing with other countries, so foreign affairs, just fancy way of saying that. Establishing federal courts, army, maintaining it. Coining money is just a fancy way of saying making money. Regulating international trade, again, dealing with other countries. Regulating interstate commerce, fancy way of saying dealing with trade in between the states, like Virginia trading with Maryland. Levying taxes, well, they both do that, as you can see right here. They both do the taxes. Borrow money, again, both do that. Defining, yeah. So they all do, the bottom ones are where they both do it. Um, State government, however, is worried more about almost your day-to-day task. You're going to have things like your schools. They're the ones that give local governments their power. Remember, that's where the line in the notes comes from, saying local governments derive their power from the states, meaning they get it from the states. This is where they provide the public education. They create traffic laws. Again, that's like speeding and stuff like that. And again, there you have the similarities. Marriage is a state-only thing. So this is health and safety, your education, all that good stuff. This is like dealing with other countries. This is making sure we're protected from other countries and things like that. Concurrent powers, a fancy way of saying shared, um, are basically things that they both do. They can both give taxes. They can both borrow money. They can both charter banks, make laws about what is a crime, punish a crime. We have federal courts and we have state courts. Um, then there's things that nobody gets, or at least one is definitely denied. We know the federal government, hey, they're not allowed to make any laws about religion because we have freedom of religion. States can't go ahead and make money. That's the first one it says there because we don't have Virginia dollars, we have U.S. dollars. Um, this one's specifically talking about states, but there are powers denied to both of them. But some of the ones denied to states like coining money, entering into a treaty, because you don't hear about a treaty, Virginia with France, that's the national thing, and so on. So we'll do 7B, which is more the idea of federalism, and then I'll come back to the structure in 7A. And then we'll do some review at the end. All right, so the Constitution of the United States of America establishes the principle of federalism. It's a fancy way of saying right here, this is what you need to focus on. Division of power between the states and national. So federalism, in a nutshell, is this. You have national government, you have state government. They got to work together. Um, Powers not given to national government are reserved to the states. So reserve, when I say reserved powers, we're talking about state powers. We know that the federal government has top say, so there's supreme, like whatever the federal government says, state government has to go along with it. That's why this little cartoon, you got a bunch of little states, and you got a giant national government guy here. Um, Same line we were talking about up there. Again, state powers are called reserved. There are certain powers that are denied to both national and state. We talked about shared powers are called concurrent. The focus of each one is foreign policy, regulating commerce, which is a fancy way of saying like trade, business, making sure our economy is functioning, and our military, our common defense. States worried about public health, safety, education, welfare, things like our well-being. That's our, Prince William Police. That's local, or Virginia State Police. You don't see U.S. Police, or Prince William Fire Department. You get the idea. It's local and state stuff that make sure we're living safe daily lives. The problem comes in is when the national or federal government mandates fancy just another way of saying mandatory. They're mandating it, making it mandatory, that the states have to do something and they don't give them enough money. So what happens? Things get tense. They're like, oh, that's nice. You want me to do that? Are you going to pay for it? No, of course not, silly goose. You got to do it all on your own. And then the states are like, oh, well, I hate you. So when that stuff happens, that's when they don't get along so well and there's tension that builds up. All right, let me get as I get mail apparently. Let me get the notes up so that I can share with you. All right, so if you remember this from the notes, you should have it down. And really, this is all it comes down to. If it was me, is not okay. How am I not okay? Weird is kind of the norm here. Um, if it was me, I would take a blank piece of paper if I know I have memory problems, and I would write down this chart, at least as much as I can remember. I don't know if they'll let you do that, Gigi. So The job doesn't change. So who can tell me, type in the chat, what is the job of Congress? And be specific if possible. Be specific if possible. All right, make United States laws. I'll take it. Make national laws. What is the whoops? What is the job of the General Assembly? Good job, Dom and Ved. Dom with the quicker typing. See, my review game paid off. She's already beaten Ved in answers. Um, so they make state laws. Makes national laws. Let's just change the name, and now it makes state laws. That's it. Don't get confused. That's all there is to it. Congress makes national laws. General Assembly does the same exact job, except they're doing it for Virginia, so they're making state laws. Here we have the Senate. In Virginia, we have the Virginia Senate. Here we have the House of Representatives. Down here, we have the House of Delegates. They do the same job. You will have to know the two houses inside the General Assembly as well. Okay, so don't get confused. Down here, Board of Supervisors. The word changes to ordinance. I don't think that's on the test that you have to know that yet. But they make county ordinances, which is they make county laws. Town council or city council, they make city laws, or they make town laws. What's the main job of the president? Be more specific, Dom. Cookie Wookie, good job. I think, is that Dakota, I think? Um, enforce national laws. All right, so president's enforcing national laws. Vice president is second in command, is also enforcing national laws. And then his cabinet, who he appointed, is helping him do it as well. He can sign laws into action, GG, but his main job is to enforce the laws that are on the books. Now again, the name changes. Though the president enforces U.S. laws, the governor enforces state laws. The vice president, if the president were to die, the vice president would be the one who takes over. He's the second in command. It has president in his title. President, vice president. The lieutenant governor is second in command. It has governor in its title. Governor, lieutenant governor. If the governor were to die, the lieutenant governor takes over. Are we noticing the similarities here? That's all you got to recognize is which one is which level. So that's why I'm suggesting making this chart when you guys do it, so that way you have like a little, tip in case you guys get stuck. If it was me even, I might work my way from bottom up. The test tomorrow is focusing on federalism and the idea of federalism, meaning I'm mainly going to focus on national and state. You have to know there's a local that exists, and we're going to do a more focus on that in the next test. You do have to know this stuff, don't get me wrong, but the test mainly will be focusing on these four squares. Correct, Gigi. So, just like the president has a cabinet who helps him carry out the laws for the nation, the governor has a cabinet who helps him carry out the laws for the state. What position is missing here from the governor in this blank space? What's the other position you need to know for state? Look at Dom. Look at those fast fingers. So, Attorney General, very good. That's like the head lawyer for the state. So basically, they're the ones who have the final say on like how much they're going to pursue a case and how the laws should be carried out. Again, going down the list, president enforces national laws, governor enforces state laws, Manager, if there is one, not every county has one, so it's optional. Uh, Manager would enforce county laws, and a mayor would enforce city or town laws. Um, Now, there will be some court stuff on there, right? You don't have to memorize this yet or any of that stuff. Because I know in your head you're going like, Mr. Wood, you didn't basically talk about courts at all. Here's the thing. Here's the super hard questions for judicial branch. If you see the word court, what branch am I talking about? Like if you see, hey, there's a bunch of courts here, what branch would deal with this? Take a wild guess what the answer is. Exactly, judicial. So I'm not trying to trick you or make you like forget all this stuff. That's all you gotta know for now for about judicial, okay? Um, and I don't think I have the word here. I don't. Some of the things that they do. What type of budget is the executive branch preparing? What type of budget? Close, but Ved spelled it right this time. Biennial. Biennial meaning once every 2 years. Good job. Um, let's see. So let's see how well you can do just from looking at the chart. This level of government has what type of powers? This level of government has what types of powers? Good job, Dakota. Look at that. Okay, so this is reserve powers. What's the amendment that gives us reserve powers? I forget. What's that amendment? Very good, Ved. 10th Amendment. Now, I know I told you expressed, enumerated, and even implied powers are national, and that's all correct. What's the other name they might give to national powers? That newer one I taught you? No, federal's the other name for national. Ved again coming through. Delegated. Delegated. Dom, you're slipping. All right. Let's see. What's another question I can ask you? If I were to show you this part, national, state, and local, the fact that our government's split up amongst these different levels, what term describes this? Oh, Ved's out for blood now. Federalism is correct. Good stuff. Good stuff. You guys are doing well. Very, very good. Let's see. What else do I got for you? Sorry, give me 1 second. Who elects the governor of Virginia? That should be an easy one. The people. Yep, easy. Good job. I'm just seeing what else. So this chart would be the one thing you really need to focus on. The other thing that you really just need to know is this stuff. Remember how we did the Venn diagram? Just knowing which one does which, what their focus is. I even showed you another Venn diagram today. Uh, what's that word? So where does the local government get their powers from? Say it the way that I showed you in the notes. How do they get their power? How do local governments get their powers? You're right, Taryn, but I want a certain word. The thing Ved typed. They are derived from the stare. I'm gonna go with he meant state, but he definitely wrote stare. So yeah, they get their powers from the state government, so they are derived from the state. Um, oh, what tells the Virginia government what it can and can't do? Gigi, you were a great student. Good job, Dominique. The Virginia Constitution. Yeah, if I can talk Constitution. Kenza, bad Kenza. If I said what tells the U.S. government what it can do or not, then you would be right. It'd be U.S. Constitution. Uh-huh. Blame the autocorrect. I don't know about that one. Um, a lot of these seem really simple. Tell me something that states are not allowed to do. Very good, Sebastian. So they can't make money. A religion thing would probably be more federal stuff. And they can't make federal laws. They can't do foreign policy. All very good answers. What would you call all those things that they can't do? What's the title that they fit under? Good job, Dakota. Ved, Miriam. Good. Those are denied powers. Good stuff. All right. Where's the other one? Um, you should know that one. You should know that one. You should know all those. All right. Here's what I think is a simple one, but I don't want to overlook anything. What's the highest court in Virginia? Think about it. I said in Virginia before you yell out an answer or type out an answer. Good job, Sebastian. The Virginia Supreme Court. Now, all of you, what do you think the most common wrong answer for that type of question would be? No, they wouldn't just say Supreme Court. What do you think they would say? They would say U.S. Supreme Court. So the highest court in Virginia is the Virginia Supreme Court. The highest court in the nation is the U.S. Supreme Court. Again, it's just national courts and state courts. National will always be higher than state. What type of legislature does the General Assembly have? Good job, Sebastian. All right, I think you guys are ready. No other review questions. I'm good. Pretty happy with you guys. Any questions before I get off? Since Dakota's here, I will honor my bet with Dakota too. So before you ask me, yes, Dakota, I will do that after this. We now wait for what? Do you guys have any questions regarding the test? How many questions? One is 11, the other one's 12. The game was great. Thanks for asking. I know we won already. How was the dance, Taryn? How'd you guys do at halftime? You need to do 7A and 7B. Really? Did anybody take video of it or anything? Well, good job. I'm sure you'll tell me about it tomorrow. And after the test, you guys can either work on your glossary or you'll be working on your local city project. Bets. About that. I really think you guys are going to do really well. I think we'll have a very high scoring test, so I'm not so sure about that because I hate losing bets. I am scared of all of your intelligences. That's a word, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go with it. Uh, you smell chicken? I would love to have some. I mean, I only had soup for dinner, so some Popeyes or something like that would be nice. All right, let's see. Where is this stupid game? Whoops. Don't want to hear I don't pay up on my bets. All right, so that's the end of the review. You guys are welcome to go. If you want to stick around to see it, I will keep my word. I'm going to end the stream though, so the people that want to watch the review can watch the review, and then I'll restart it up. Okay? So feel free to go to bed. Parents, the review is done. I'm owning a bet that I made with Dakota, and yeah. So, all right, later, guys.